If you've watched any of my videos, you'll know that I have an absolute ton of tools and gadgets, but that begs the question, what are my favorites? Well, some devices are actually kind of cool, but a better question is what devices and tools do I use each and every day? And it's not just going to be limited to security tools like this little guy that detects stingrays, or devices like the Nyan Box, which can detect Axon body cameras, tasers, and those pesky flock cameras which pop up all over the place and track you wherever you go. I'm also going to go over things like lockpicks, knives, radios, and so much more. So if you're an aspiring ethical hacker, a tech enthusiast, or just like cool stuff, this is the video for you. Alright, that's enough talk, let's check out all my favorite things.
This video is for educational purposes only. Only test your own hardware. Doing otherwise is illegal. Don't be a skid.
Alright, so first things first, with no surprise, it's the Flipper Zero. I know I've got a ton of videos on this on my channel because I really do like this device. It's kind of the jack of all trades, Swiss Army knife of ethical hacking tools. It has IR on it. It has NFC on the back, NFC coil, I button, which no one ever uses. It does sub-gigahertz frequencies. It can run as a USB host. It can run as a two-factor authenticator, and so much more. Not only that, but you can also plug in boards to the top here through the GPIO pins. This is my favorite board right now, which is the Dual Touch C5 by AWOC Dynamics. And if we plug this sucker in and fire it up, now we have a device running ESP32 Marauder by JustCallMeKoko. It's such a great device, and what's cool about this one is it's running an ESP32 C5. This allows you to test not just 2.4 gigahertz networks, but also 5 gigahertz and Bluetooth. Remember, we're only going to test things on our own test environment or things that we have written permission to test. Plus, this bad boy's even got GPS right there with this big chunkin' antenna. Absolutely awesome. This thing is a great device. And that actually kind of brings me to my next favorite device. This is the ESP32 Marauder by JustCallMeKoko. This is a wireless and Bluetooth testing device running on, again, an ESP32 C5. It's one of the most versatile testing tools I own, and it's got a ton of functionality. One of the things I really like that this device does, is it has the ability to go and detect card skimmers. So you know those devices that criminals are putting on credit card machines to try to steal your credit card? Well, this thing will detect it. I'm all about detection devices because, you know, in a day and age like this, you can't be too careful because there are bad actors all over the place trying to scam you. So anytime you've got a device that stops something like that, it is an absolute huge hit in my book. Scan for Flipper Zeros because I've got a bunch of Flipper Zeros back there in my closed test environment. Remember, I'm testing all of my own devices in my own test environment, and this is me giving myself permission to test all of my own devices. And yeah, just like that, you can see all 3 of my Flipper Zeros. Now, at some point, I'm going to print a better case for this because this one's a little boring, and I don't actually have external GPS because it actually could look kind of like this bad boy right here, which is the ESP32 Marauder V7. So this is the predecessor to the V8 right here. This one's, I don't even think that's out yet. This is a prototype, but this bad boy here's got a case that I designed. It looks super, super cool. So I'm going to have to print a case just like this one for that and be able to add the external GPS and the external antenna to give this thing even more range because this thing is so powerful on its own. This will be one of the most useful devices you have. Plus, what's really cool is on the back here, you can't see, but inside, this is a MagSafe ring. There's a steel ring inside there that'll stick to anything that's MagSafe. So you could stick this to a holder in your car. Like, actually, check this out. Here is a MagSafe pop socket, and you can see it sticks right there. Super cool. And then, yeah, if you have a car mount, you can go war driving with this. This is one of the most capable war driving units out there right now, and it has really good range just out of the box. But if you add antennas like this, even better. Great device. And when it comes time to switch over the case, I'll want the right tool for the job, and that brings us to today's sponsor, Fantik. If you do any kind of modding or repair work, you know that a great tool makes all the difference. That's why I've been checking out the Fantik E2 Ultra and the Fantik T1 Max. The Fantik Nex E2 Ultra is a great little electric screwdriver. It's got a really cool case. You push down, it pops up. You got your screwdriver right here, and you have all of your bits. This comes with 50 different bits in every single size and shape you could possibly need. The E2 Ultra has 5 torque settings, which are really nice, and it also has the ability to turn it completely off so it doesn't turn on in your bag. It has 4 LEDs right on there, and it's got all the torque you could possibly need to get any job done. And then we have the Fantik T1 Max. If you've never used a wireless soldering iron, it absolutely changes everything. It comes with this really nice 360-degree rotating stand that makes a really satisfying click when you rotate it. And the onboard tip storage makes sure you have everything you need, even on the go. The T1 Max charges rapidly via USB-C and has 6 different temperature settings to make sure no matter what the project is, you can get it done. I really appreciate appreciate just how fast the T1 Max heats up because sometimes I just want to get a project done. So if you want a cleaner setup for all of your mods and small projects, check out the Fanttik T1 Max and the E2 Ultra. Link down in the description. Huge thanks to Fanttik for sponsoring the channel. Let's get back at it. Another extremely capable detection device is the Nyan Box. This device is actually made by longtime community members JboHack and ZR Kraken, who are actually both mods in my Discord, believe it or not. This device is absolutely amazing. It is an incredibly capable detector. It can detect BLE devices, other Nyan boxes, flipper zeros, Axon devices, Meshtastic devices, Mesh Core devices, card skimmers. Again, the Nyan Box has so many features, there's no way I could go over all of them right now, but I actually have an entire video on it, so check it out. I'll just keep this in my bag, and anytime I'm curious if there's anybody spying on me, this thing will tell me. Very useful device. I love this one. And fun fact, I actually made the graphics for this here. So we're at Nyan Box, and the little cat, well, the cat I didn't make, that's on GitHub. But the back design to all of these graphics I made myself, and this is the case that they're officially using for the Nyan Box. Very cool. Now, another device that I showed earlier is this. This is just an Orbic, a Verizon Orbic hotspot, but we installed Ray Hunter onto this. So what this does is it detects stingrays. So if there's anybody trying to intercept your cell data, this thing will turn red and you'll know immediately. So again, another good device to keep on you. Now, one of the problems is everybody's buying these things used. So these used to be like $10. I want to say they're closer to $30 or $40 now. And unfortunately, I know we can get the replacements for it, but this thing, the battery is almost dead on this. If we pop this sucker open, yeah, give it the old business. This battery is on its way out. Luckily, you actually can replace these batteries. So if you want something that's going to last a little longer, that's always an option. And be careful when you buy these things because they don't always come with a battery. Buyer beware. And definitely don't spend more money to get one that's pre-flashed because I've got a video on how to flash this and it's trivially easy. And okay, cool, battery's not quite dead yet. You can see it wants to die, but we won't let it quite yet. Check out my Ray Hunter video on that, and you can make your own. Super simple, super easy, and it's a great thing to carry around with you. Now, it wouldn't be a favorite gadgets video if we didn't have the Cardputer Advanced by M5Stack. If you want to have one of the most capable little IoT devices out there, the Cardputer Advanced is absolutely phenomenal and it's super easy to use. What makes the Cardputer and all M5Stack devices so easy is that they have M5 Burner. It's basically their own app store where you can download all of the open source apps you could possibly need. You can install the M5 launcher so you can switch between firmwares on the go. Right now we are running Porkchop. Porkchop is an absolutely amazing little firmware. It's effectively similar to a Ponagachi, but it's got this fun little pig. The animations are absolutely amazing. Octo did such a good job on this firmware. I can't stress that enough. It's got all sorts of cool little Easter eggs, and this actually works as a war driver as well, which is super fun because right now we have this bad boy in the back. This is the Lab 5 Monster C5 for the Cardputer Advanced. It's very, very cool. And I've actually got a GPS plugged in and jammed into the case right there so we can war drive with it. And this also has an ESP32 C5 because of the backpack. Very cool. So it makes it even more capable. So the Cardputer right here, it has a headphone jack, a speaker, USB-C, which is the only good USB. It's got a full keyboard, which is a little hard to type on, but you know, it works. Got a Grove port on the side, which you can do 5-volt in or out, so you can charge or get charged by it. On top, we've got an SD card, a couple buttons, and an on-off switch. And this is GPIO to fit this bad boy right here, which is a LoRa and a GPS hat. So if you don't have the C5, this will add GPS to it and LoRa. Very cool. It plugs into the top right up here. And unfortunately, you can't use the Monster C5 and this at the same time because the case doesn't quite work. I feel like there might be a rework for it, but yeah. Either way, very cool. I love this device. Could not say enough about it. If you don't have a Cardputer Advanced or a Cardputer, run out and get one. It's like 30 bucks. You literally can do no wrong with this thing. Just keep in mind, these things do tend to go out of stock really fast because I don't know if they knew how good this product was when they made it or how much the community was going to embrace it because this is one of the more popular devices out there. Now, this is a little bit too expensive, a little bit too large for you. We do have option B. Now we have this little teeny tiny guy right here, which is the M5Stick S3. It's incredibly capable and it's super small. This guy's running the Evil Project by my buddy The Other One. Super capable little device. It's got IR right there, which is on. I don't know why that's on right now, but it does have IR. It's got Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, USB-C, and some people even wear these things as a watch. Pretty cool. It does also have a Grove port on the side, just like pretty much all of the M5Stack devices, so we can plug other modules into it like this one. Now we have the M5Stick S3, and this little LoRa device right there. Carry this around with you, and it's even got screw holes, so I could screw these two guys together, and yeah, it would just kind of sit like this and just be a LoRa device and a Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and IR IoT device. I love the modularity, and I love how easy it is to work with pretty much anything from M5Stick. All right, moving on. Now this guy right here is the RTL-SDR. I absolutely love RTL-SDR, and what this is a software-defined radio. It's very, very small, it's very inexpensive. I think they're like $30 or $40, and you get some antennas with them. But what's really cool about this is you plug it into your computer, and you can use a tool like SDR++ to explore all of the radio around you. What's also kind of nice is that you cannot broadcast with this device, which means there's really nothing you could do that would violate any regulations whatsoever. And if you're interested in radio at all, here's another great SDR. We all know it, we all love it. This is the HackRF Portapack H4M. This is the Mayhem version. It's absolutely awesome. Got it from Rabbit Labs. It's got a great encoder dial, which works super good. A few things I love about it is the physical on-off switch for the power, which disconnects it directly from the battery, so no more battery drain. Very cool. It's got the ability to do an external headphone. It's got GPIO, so you can actually add like an ESP32 to this as well. And there's the back. You've got your clock in and out that no one ever uses, but it's a really good software-defined radio. And one of the reasons why we like software-defined radios is because it makes something that's invisible into something that's visible. So we can look at the Wi-Fi spectrum. This is actually what the 2.4 gigahertz spectrum looks like in my test environment. So you can go through all of the different bands and see exactly what's going on and what those bands actually look like. Plus, this also has audio, so I can actually hear what's going on if I'm on my ham radio band or whatever. It's a very useful device, and if you have any interest in radio whatsoever, definitely get your hands on one of these because you will absolutely love it. Now, speaking of radios, next item we have is an actual radio. If you know anything about radios, you'll recognize this guy right off the rip. It's the Quansheng, I can never pronounce that, sorry, but the Quansheng UVK5. This thing's amazing, and I found on AliExpress it's got a clear case. I love this. This is my second one. I had to buy the clear one. One of the things also that I've done is I've disabled the transmit, so I can't actually transmit on this guy. What's cool about it is it's effectively, quote, hackable, because you can install custom firmware on this. So it actually unlocks a bunch of things like chirp. So what I was able to do is I was able to add all of my local stations automatically with my computer just using the programming code. So now I can just go through the presets. It's way faster and it's way easier. It's a solid radio. It's got a nice little knob. I mean, comes with an antenna. Everything on here, it feels like a really premium device, and it's not that expensive. This guy's like $30. I can't recommend this more. And if you don't have a handheld radio, I highly recommend getting one and learning how to use it. If there's an emergency or for any reason there's no way to communicate, this is the way to do it. So if there's a widespread power outage or things like that, you can listen to your local public works or anything like that. If you want to get into radio and you want to have a handheld and you don't want to spend a lot of money, I know you can spend a ton of money. My buddy Snorin has an amazing video about this radio itself and all of the great things you can do by modding it. So check out his video. I love this device. The next device is my Nothing Phone 3. I absolutely love this phone. Now, this is actually the third Nothing phone I've purchased. I had the Nothing 1, and then I took a little bit of time off of that. I used an iPhone, which I hated, and now we're back here. This is such a cool device. It looks really cool. I absolutely love that. It's got this fun little matrix display in the back. I actually bought a MagSafe case for this because I love MagSafe. I didn't even think to get a MagSafe case for this when I first got it, so very cool. It's got a button right here which changes what that little guy up there does. Pop this back on. You can also set it up so that anytime it's sitting down, it'll turn the little display on. It is awesome. I bought my wife the Nothing 3A phone, and I actually kind of like it more than this one. It has the glyph light, which they got rid of. If you know anything about the old Nothing phones, they had these really cool glyph lights, and I would just take pictures or I just turn them on just because it looked cool, and we don't have those anymore. Hello. But these cameras are awesome. All of the intro footage that you see that's like looks really good, it's from these cameras. And along with that are these. These actually came for free with it. These are the Nothing Ear. They're a little bit banged up because I wear them all the time, but these are the little earbuds. They are super small, super freaking light, super light. They last for about 6 hours, which for me is plenty, and they're very, very comfortable. I love these headphones. I had never had anything this small or light before, and I probably wouldn't have actually bought them because I had my Jabra headphones, which were good enough, but they're not. These are way better. They're super light, they fit good, they sound good. Their noise suppression is adequate, I'd say. I wear these when I'm snow blowing, and you can still hear the snow blower, but I mean, for an in-ear thing, they're absolutely awesome. It's a great little charging case. They last forever. I love these things. All right, so we've got a small departure from what we've been doing, and these are Lockpicks. These are Jimmy Long Lockpicks. This is a Jimmy Long Lockpick. This is probably my favorite one. I want to say it's a medium flat hook, but they are amazing. The fit and finish are great, and the starter kit's like 20 bucks. It comes with a bottom of keyway turner, which I actually kind of like to use as top of keyway sometimes. Let's see if we can put it to some good work. This is an ESP32 lock. I love this lock because it's very, very clicky. It's got a bunch of spools, so there's a lot of counter rotation, and it's just a fun lock. All right, so let's see if we can pick it on camera just for fun. Give it a go. Let's see, that's a good click there. That's a real good click there. So we can get pin 1. Pin 1's kind of hard to get to. It's not moving anywhere. That's a good click. Moving through. So there's counter rotation back there. Yep, that's counter, and that's open. Yay, look at that. Take that, ESP32 no problem. So yeah, you can get a set of your own over at jimmylongs.com, JIMYLONGS.com. Again, not sponsored, but I love these things. They are so much fun, and like 20 bucks. They're amazing. All right, so one of the last things we're gonna show today is part of my everyday carry that I could not live without. This is my Civivi Elementum button lock. So I love this knife because it just kind of drops open. So you kind of get a feeling for it after a while, just how to open it. Again, this is on camera, but normally it's just quick, open, close, super simple, super easy. It is a little dangerous because you could easily close it on your hand. So, you know, be aware of that when you're using it. And yeah, I don't know what I was cutting with this before, but this blade is in rough shape. I'm a mechanic, so I literally use these things all day, every day for whatever I need to use them for. And sometimes they get gummed up. This one needs to be cleaned up and sharpened. I've gone through a ton of knives, like a ton of knives. Like I've got over here, this is actually the Talking Sasquatch edition of a SOG Ranger that I made. This is a nice knife, but I don't know, it just wasn't working for me. It was just a little bit too hard to open and close. I've gotten it working a lot better now, but yeah, it's a cool knife. It's definitely a cool knife. If you want to talk about cool knives, this one I carried for a while, which is a Gerber. I don't know what the razor's called, but it's a really neat profile blade. The interesting thing about Gerber, I'm not sure if I like it or not, but their stuff weathers very, very quickly. Like all of the black is kind of worn off the back. It's chipping away on the front, but you can see on the blade here, it's mostly intact. Now, I have this guy right here. I use this constantly. This is, I want to say, a Gerber nickel. I carried this for a while, but I just didn't want to carry a pocket multi-tool like this. Yeah, it's a Gerber dime, but yeah, it weathers so quickly. It kind of looks cool, but you can see the pliers on here look brand new. There's like not a scratch on them. It's just an interesting thing I noticed with Gerber stuff. Any of you other guys carry Gerber and notice that's a thing? Let me know in the comments down below. So again, amazing knife. I love this. And if we're talking about everyday carries, we gotta talk about my Zebra F701 pen. It's just really good. It's all metal. Everything's metal on this inside and out. It's got a 0.8 tip on it, so it's a little bit more of a rolly tip. Feels really good. I always like to have a pen on me, and this is the pen of choice. I've had this pen in my pocket for literally like over a decade, and I only got this because my buddy John at work, who's one of my favorite people in the world, he carried an F701, and it was absolutely his favorite pen. And actually his last day at work, he gave me his pen. This isn't his. I've got his in a cup in my room just to make sure I don't lose it, but it kind of means a lot to me. But this is a really, really great pen, and I absolutely love it. If you're looking for suggestions on pens, well, this is the one for you. All right, so that's just a short list of some of my absolute favorite devices and tools. And honestly, I could go on and on. Devices like the U-Console or all my Bamboo printers. I love these devices so much, but I try to streamline it down as much as I could for you guys. What are your favorite things? Leave a comment down below, especially if you have recommendations for knives or anything like that. I would absolutely love to know. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. It helps me out a ton. All right, we'll catch you next time.